Hello guys, my name is tanu.kononenko. I'm psychologist, coach and tarologist, and today I want to talk to you about the scandal behind Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. I know that this topic is very provocative and there are a lot of meanings, very opposite meanings and thoughts about the scandal, but I will share my own maybe subjective point of view, but as I will analyze the situation also from the point of view of a psychologist, as I see the situation, of course, as all of the meaning that and thoughts that are in the space, it will not be 100% objective. It will be my own point of view. It will be very interesting for me to know what do you think about this case. Please comment down below and subscribe on this channel if you like this kind of videos. If you want to follow me for the information about some lections about coaching, about psychologists, about some conflicts, and I will analyze as well the situations in the next video. Very famous people, the conflicts between them from the psychological point of view. If you're interested in these topics, please subscribe, put the like for this video, so I will be promoted by YouTube, and let's get started. The first of all, I think the very important detail that a lot of people are missing in all of this case is that, the royal family is not the healthiest environment to raise the child in. In generally, it's not the healthiest family where you can imagine your child to raise in. So this is number one. We know a lot of examples from the history where the siblings from the royal family were the worst enemies at all, because they were raised in the environment where they were always the competition between them. They were fighting even for their lives between themselves, because everybody was telling them, like, if you will not kill your sister, your brother, you will not survive, you will not become a king, you will not have the future. So I think this is a very important thing that you need to keep in mind when you are speaking about royal family, because things are not getting worse just now. It was always like that, and that the families are having the memory of the generation, the genetic memory about how the members of the family were behaving towards themselves, how were they behaving towards their parents, their relatives, and so on. This is very important to keep in mind. And if you analyze all of the generation about this family, where the king were killing their wives, where the king were killing their mothers and fathers to get the throne, and because they were raised in this feeling, in this reality where they needed to fight for their right to exist, to live, to become the rare, to become the king. And this is very important to remember. And so, now we are speaking about 2023 already, but all of these genetical memories, all of these behaviors, they are not going anywhere. If the system is is not changing, and the system, you see, the system is very stable, the system is very old-fashioned. They are not so open-minded, they are not so flexible to change, to evolve. This is what happens because the new generation is always different from the older one, and you could see this also by the examples of the normal families. The new generation is always getting against their parents, against their grandmothers, grandfather, because they have their new ideas how their life should be, how they need to raise their children, how they need to marry, how they need to have their life, in which way they want to organize everything, and it drives always to a conflict, even in the normal family. So there is nothing extraordinary about this conflict, and this is quite normal. What is also, I think, important and crucial is also that, the royal family is investing a lot in their propaganda. So you can see that they are working a lot by their image. And you can see also that both brothers, William and Harry, are raised in a very competitive environment where they had like different teams that were in charge for their public image, where you have the point that they both were raised not mostly as siblings, as brothers, but as major competitors. And somehow I have no doubt that this the point that the thing that Harry was revealing about the costume, yes, about the Nazi costume that Kate and William were approving this costume, this outfit for the Halloween, and this was one of the biggest mistakes that Harry made. I have no doubt that in some way, like William and Kate, imagine yourself having the biggest competitor of yours that you are asking the advice from. Of course, he will not tell you what is the best for you. He will tell you what is the best for him. And this, you need to always keep in mind that William is the oldest brother. Of course, he at that time, he understood and he realized more than his youngest brother. And I cannot even imagine the situation where Harry, for example, pick his outfit for Halloween without any improvements from any member of the royal family. You cannot even imagine this kind of situation. So this outfit was approved for him, and maybe it was even in purpose to make him show in a wrong light, to make him become a bad one from the siblings, to make the other one better on his background, with near him, because when you see two brothers and one of them is like a bad guy, the other one seems even better guy than he was before. That is what I'm thinking about when I analyze this situation. A lot of hate, the journalists like Megyn Kelly and like Piers Morgan are talking about, trashing them all the time, the Meghan and Harry. But I think that I need to address some points on this company. And I think that one of the most important thing that they are saying that against Harry, that what if Harry's marriage with Meghan Markle will not work. He will leave. He's not having anybody. He left his family. He put himself against his family. And what he will do if something will not work. I will tell you, well, first of all, I see this situation from the point of view of a psychologist, and I think that what he did is mostly for himself, because even if this story, even if his marriage will not work with Meghan Markle, he will have his freedom, he will have his right to live how he wants, with whom he wants, where he wants, absolutely free, and provide for his life. And this is what he needed to do for himself, because if he would not step out from the royal family, he would not even have a chance to figure out what he is worth alone without his family. And now he has this chance because he's providing for himself by his own, and he has this chance. This is called separation in psychology. It's when the child comes out from the home, and him or her try his own strengths, try his own character, try his own skills to provide for himself. This is very important, because if the person is not doing that, you will never know what you're worth of. So this is very important for him, I think. And even if his marriage with Meghan will not work, he will do his life. He will live his life with maybe another woman, or by his own, and he will not, all the time think what he need to speak about, what he need to do, how it will looks like, because before he needed all the time to do this checking whether he is treating, whether his behavior is right for the royal family or not. And now now he has this opportunity to do everything how he feels like, how he thinks that this is right way. And this is the most important thing for an adult, I think, to do that. The other claim that the journalists have against Harry, that he's revealing these details only now. As a psychologist, I can say that this is really, we are humans, and we have our psyche, and it works this way. If you are going through the therapy, if you are some years in therapy, you are going into the depths of your subconscious mind, and our psyche needs time to relieve the pain, and even to realize that something that other people were doing with you was wrong. It's not that you are understanding, you are realizing right away that something wrong is happening, especially if you are raised in a very unhealthy environment, in a very toxic environment, where the competition was the key, where there were if we are talking about the royal family, the brothers were losing their mother in a very young age, and so they were raised by people who are very cold, by people who are very far away, the people who might not have a lot of time for their children, the people who themselves could not even understand what the love is, because how you can give your children the love if you yourself didn't get it? And you can realize what is it only if you are going to the therapy, if you are working on yourself, then you understand that something is wrong. And I think exactly that is what was happening to Harry. He went into through the therapy, he went into the therapy, and uh, by digging in his subconscious, by working on himself, he get to that depths when he begin to realize, and he's telling about this actually in every interview, that he sees this situation, he sees what he passed through from the very different point of view now than he saw before. And that is how our psyche works, because you not always realize right away what was happening to you. You begin to realize that when you understand yourself, when you are starting to listen to yourself, when you are working with a therapist, when you understand that this was not the normal behavior, the way the people were treating you, and that this competition that Harry had with his brother, that is not maybe the part of love, the way he thought about it some years ago, because when you are in this situation, you see this as a kind of normal. You think that all people are having the same relationship with their parents, with their families, and so for you it's normal. The first time, with the first chance to understand that that was wrong, is to step out from it and to start work on yourself, to work on your self-reflection, or to understand what I'm feeling now. Is it right? Is this way of treating me is okay for me? Is it, or it makes me suffer, or it brings me into the pain, or something like that? So only when you step out of this situation, you have the chance to reflect on it and to understand what was wrong. And so I don't see anything wrong about the point that he's revealing all of these details only now, because some years ago, that was normal for him. He could think that, okay, this is the way how the brothers, sisters are treating themselves, and everybody is living like that. You know what I mean? Guys, this is the first video for me, so be patient. I think that some of you will not like this video, will not like the way that I'm speaking English, maybe because this is not my native language, but I'm trying, I'm doing my best. And I hope that this information will be useful for you, and maybe you will know about even yourself something from this video. And so, what is next? About the point that they make some hype from all of this situation. I don't see this as a part of hype. Well, maybe this is like this because all of us, we have some part of some narcissistic part in our personality. So maybe this narcissistic part is asking for this attention, is asking for this hype. Maybe because I'm not. I think that is important always to understand also that people are not perfect. I think that we need to see the people as they are, and nobody is good or bad. Everybody has their uh, dark side and their like normal side, you know. And so I see it as a part of the therapy of Harry, you know, because maybe at some point of his going through the therapy, he might have this will to reveal this all and to confront his family. This is the very normal part of the therapy. And what is not normal that he's coming from the royal family, so you can multiply all the problems that people are having with their normal families, because this is very public environment. And I think that actually he has not a lot of options to confront his family out of this public way, because you know, if he's telling us that they are not responding the emails, they are ignoring him, they don't want to confront the situation, you know, the part of the process of the healing is the point that you want to find a way to confront the people who were hurting you. This is a very normal thing. And I think this is okay that he's calling them out now, even if they are not responding. This is his part of healing. And you know, I also want to point out that if Meghan and Harry are calling, like, are if you have some very bad reaction on what they are saying, on what they are, I think that you need to make a self-reflection and to ask yourself whether you allowed yourself to confront the people that are hurting you. Because most of the people who are hating them are actually this problem that they are not allowed in themselves to confront the people who were hurting them, you know. And so if Harry and Meghan are calling out their members of family who were treating them in a bad way, you are starting to have this aggression to them, because they can do what you are not allowed in yourself to do. I don't know whether it makes sense to you. So try to figure it out. Try to make a self-reflection and to understand who you would want to confront. Because most of this reaction, this type of reaction, is actually about you, not about them. Okay guys, this video is already 23 minutes and I think it's too much. I don't want to make it too long. I will make a second part of this video if you will put me a like, if you will leave your comments down below, whether there was something that was really important for you in this video, if you figured out something, if you had some emotions provoked by this video, if you want to tell me something about the story, if you have some thoughts about what is happening, and I will be glad to read about this. If you also have questions to me as a psychologist, as a coach, as a tarologist, please leave your comment down below and I will respond on this. Maybe you would want to know something more about some particular topic from the psychologist, from the psychology, or from coaching, or from tarot. that you want to know, please comment down below, and please put like to this video, and we will see each other next time.